Welcome back to the channel. I'm Arthur and you're watching Dirt Hammers Off-Road Media. Once again, thank you for joining and thank you for coming back to the channel. If you would, make sure you like the video, make sure you comment on the video. I'd like to hear your feedback on the video, and make sure you share it. Hopefully you find some information today that is helpful. But today we're going to talk about the shocks, specifically the RS9000XL from Rancho. This is a fully adjustable shock, has a control adjustment knob here for your ride conditions, whether that's on-road, off-road, towing. Gives you some options. As you can see, the shocks here, they come with new urethane upper bushings and hardware for that. They do come with a shock boot. They do come with a tie strap to fix the boot to the shock body. But I went ahead and spent a couple bucks and bought some 2-inch or 3-inch worm gear clamps to go ahead and gives it a little bit better look, and I think it's just going to hold the shock boot on there a little bit better. The bushing and urethane bushing is already pressed in on the other end. The stickers will come separate or loose in the box. I just cleaned the shock body, a little bit of rubbing alcohol, applied the stickers the way I wanted them. And that's pretty much it as far as what's going to come in the box. What you're going to see with the rear shocks, these are for the rear. Same thing, they're adjustable. Got all the necessary mounting hardware, but they come with a molded plastic kind of a shock shaft cover, which is kind of pretty cool. Help keep any dirt and debris. That's what shock boots and shock covers do. Keep that off the shock shaft, keep any damage to it. But we're going to, if you'll stick around, we're going to dive a little deeper into these, and I want to talk about the features and benefits and some of the specifications, things like that about the shock. So stick around and we're going to dive right into it. Okay, so let's talk about the features and benefits of the Rancho RS9000XL. Right off, you'll notice that the shock body is extremely large. This is a just under 3 inches. It's actually 2.75 inches or 70 millimeters in diameter. The large shock body is going to increase the fluid capacity in the shocks. That's going to have them to operate cooler and operate with cleaner fluid longer. Just going to increase the service life of the shocks. The shock shafts are 18 millimeter surface treated shock shafts to be resistant to scuffing, resistant to corrosion, protection, stuff like that. There's probably one of the larger shock shafts on the market. A lot of other shock shafts are in that down closer almost to 14 millimeter range, somewhere around in there, 16. So this has got a large shock shaft. It's going to increase the ruggedness and the durability of the shock. You see the little tuning knobs here on the end of each shock. These are your 9-position tuning technology. This is going to allow you to dial the shocks in for the type of driving conditions that you're doing. So 1 being the softest, 9 being the firmest, and it just rotates. It just rotates. There's a detent system, and it's numbered, so you can just crank them up to what position you want. So if you're riding off-road, you can, while you're airing down your tires, you can go ahead and pull all these back to the soft position, number 1, and that's just going to help add to your off-road comfort and rideability. If you're towing, you can crank these all the way up to the higher settings, all the way up to 9. That'd be your firmest. That would help support the vehicle during towing conditions, and you can find somewhere in between there for your daily driving if that's what you do. The shocks are gas pressurized, which is pretty common for most shocks, but they're gas pressurized, and what that helps is keep a gas pressure on the fluid. That's going to keep the fluid or oil in the shock from becoming aerated. The shock piston, of course, we've got a large shock body, so that allows for a 1 inch and a quarter inch diameter shock piston. It's got a graphite filled piston band, which is going to make the motion or the stroke of the piston is going to be a lot smoother. It's going to be a lot more responsive. Also, there is a rebound bumper inside each shock. Now that's going to help control rebound motion during any harsh driving conditions. So you won't get a super harsh type of rebound that you'll be felt inside the vehicle. The dampening system of that's going to help control it. Got self-lubricating shock seals. Just provides an extra layer of protection, a defense against dirt, grime, sand, things like that. Of course, they're all obviously painted. Got a nice metallic finish. Should offer pretty good looks for a long time. Guys up north, you know that things rust with y'all's area, so extra care in making sure you keep your undercarriage and your shocks protected and clean best you can. Of course, we talked about in the opening of the video, talked about the protective boots to take care of the contaminants away from the shock shaft. The loop ends are double welded, just going to add strength and durability to the shock. Also, one quick little note is these shocks come with a limited lifetime warranty. So you got these shocks on your vehicle, you haven't, there's no damage to the shock body, they're not dented up, something that would cause them to malfunction. They come with a lifetime warranty, as long as they're not, abused, or abused meaning impacts and other damage to the shock that would cause it not to perform. So I think that's pretty cool. Also, you get a 90-day free ride offer. I think that's kind of important too. A lot of guys, see it on the internet a lot, in forums. What shocks do I buy? What shocks are the best? These come with a 90-day ride offer, so if you don't like them, you get something else. And of course, we're talking about specifically for Jeeps, because that's what I'm going to install these on. But Rancho offers these for stock height vehicles and up to 2 inches of lift. I think also 2.5 inches of lift, and also 3 to 4 inches of lift. So they got some options there to fit your vehicle. Okay, so before we wrap this up, I want to show you the adjustment knob. You can see here that it's may not be able to see it too clear, but it's numbered 1 through 9. I took a Sharpie and actually marked the lowest setting. You can also see the arrow on the shock body. Right now, this is the softest setting, so this would be my starting point. And that's number 1. Of course, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, and so forth, all the way up to 9. And there's a little detent. The detent's pretty firm. This would be a lot easier with the shock mounted. But back to the home position. Okay guys, so that is a review of the features and benefits of the Rancho RS9000XL. I'm going to leave some information down in the description area so you can go to their website, check out the application, see if they have something available for you. We're going to be installing these on a Jeep. These shocks are available in stock configuration, up to 2 inches of lift, 2.5 inches, 3 and 4 inches of lift. Couple things, let's do a closing here. Rancho designs and engineers and manufactures these right here in the USA. The adjustable dampening characteristics of this shock are going to counteract the additional unsprung mass and weight of running larger tires and larger wheel combinations. So that has a really nice feature that's built into them. We talked a little bit about that earlier in the video. Obviously the Rancho 9000XL 9-position adjustability is going to deliver a ride level of performance to fit your needs, whether that's on-road, off-road, or if you're towing. So make sure you like the video. Tell me your experiences with the Rancho shocks. I'd like to hear your feedback on that. And we're going to do an installation video of these, and then probably once I get that done, we'll do a actual ride review of the shocks and see how they perform. But make sure you check these guys out. Check out the video, what I'm going to do, the installation and review. And also, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, share the video, and give us a thumbs up. Thanks.